What up, everybody? I'm Fergs and he's
Jimmy Grimm.
This is another episode of the Come Up. What's going on, everybody? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Cooling. I had to felt weird doing an episode or doing a segment without you, man. It was odd.
Well, I mean, honestly, like once you get the practice for it, it's really not that difficult. It's just you just got to get like used to it sometimes, and that's how you branch off and do like other things, other content that you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, I think this is something I can do. It's just weird, you know what I mean? Like it's usually like we're conversating. You know, last night I was just talking to the camera.
I got you. Yeah. No, because I mean, like a lot of when you look on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or wherever, a lot of it is like that single like monologuing contact, basically just that one voice that you hear. But I mean, it is cool to go back and forth with some, but sometimes you just got to go interrupt it when it's something you're passionate talking about.
Oh yeah. It was cool. It's just like I said, I'm used to just talking to somebody, and I noticed that I do talk different when it's just me. I was talking pretty fast, and but because I'm used to, you stopping me and you saying something. It just wasn't that. I was just going, but it wasn't bad. I know the people. They definitely want to know your thoughts on some of those things, man.
I mean, I'm willing and ready. But just before we get into the episodes, two things I just like to announce, not really get into too much detail, just really announce. So today is the 21st anniversary of 9/11. Just basically rest in peace to all the lives we lost that day. Very traumatic thing for our country, very traumatic thing for the world. But we have come through it and have become stronger as a nation. It's just a really solemn thing. I know it's kind of crazy how how much time has passed. But
yeah, I remember watching it on TV. I still can't believe my third grade teacher really cut the TV on and had us watching it. Like people were jumping out of the building, and it was
crazy. Yeah, I still remember where I was that day, and remember getting out of school and seeing the news about everything, what was going on. But very tragic day in the history of the world and in the United States. But like I said, we've become a stronger nation, and we've been able to move forward from it.
Yes, sir.
And then just another thing. Rest in peace to the Queen of England, the longest reigning monarch in England's history.
Yeah, that was kind of that. Yeah, I mean, I knew they took her to the place, and I figured the time was coming. But but I'll let you talk about that for a second. I think my daughter's crying. I'll be right back.
Gotcha. So, the Queen of England passed here recently this past week at the age of 96. Like I said, England's longest reigning monarch. She died peacefully, and now her son will become the new King of England. Just what a life, what a legacy for the Queen. Just so many things she's done during her reign. So many things she's seen. The world changing. Basically, just being a prominent figure in England's history, and just seeing so many lives change through her and through her reign. So much influence. It's just a tragic thing, but at least now she's at peace, and I know she'll be missed by a lot of people she's been knighted by, people who have met her, people who have shared their lives with her. But now she's at rest and she's in a better place.
Rest in peace to the Queen. It was. Yeah, it came out of nowhere, man. Really, like I knew some people were expecting it, but it just was like, dang, she's really gone.
You know what the crazy thing I was thinking of too, and it was really weird. It's just one of my random thoughts. At the beginning of this year, Betty White died, and I had a random thought a couple of days ago. I was thinking, what if the Queen of England died at the end of this year?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was coming close.
Yeah. And they died around the same age, huh? 96.
I think
Betty White was around the same
99.
age. 99, yeah, almost to 100.
Yeah, 99.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
that's one of the first people I thought of when I saw that she died.
mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, they both died the same year. And I thought the Queen was older than 96 for some reason. And the thing about it, for those of you who don't know, I used to live in the United Kingdom for about 2.5 years. So I always thought she was a little older, but it just seemed like she was older. 96, Jesus.
She's lived through a lot. 2 world wars, global pandemic, a lot of things that have happened in England. I'm not too, briefed up on England's history, but I just know England has a long history during her reign of a lot of events that have happened. So,
yeah. And if you haven't been to England, if you ever get a chance, it's a really dope country. I mean, technically, the United Kingdom is the country, but England is very, like I said, I lived there for a while. Probably the best 2 years of my life outside of obviously my wife and daughter, having a family, but those 2 years were exceptional.
Yeah, man, I know you had a good time. I know we just had one of our guys go over there, and he's been planning a lot of things that he wants to do while he's there. I mean, I know you traveled a lot. You had, a lot of adventures. So one day I'll make it.
Some I would never really speak about.
Yeah, one day I'll make it. But one thing I want, it's just a random thought. I know tonight's probably gonna be pretty random since we didn't get a crazy story in there. This will probably be in place of our crazy story. But I had this thought that was heavy on my mind. Now think about this. So what show, or I guess phenomenon, that we grew up to, what card game that we have as a kid that basically was about modern day slavery? And it started in the 90s. It's still going strong.
Pokemon?
Yes.
Modern day slavery.
Modern day slavery. So the way I break it down is this. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? And you're going throughout the different regions, the different world of Pokemon. You are literally going up to wild Pokemon and capturing them from their life, their way of life, their habitat, taken away from their families, probably other Pokemon they were helping to raise, just their natural region, and then capturing them and then basically saying, I want you to do my bidding. So you're going to come back with me. I'm going to train you with the other Pokemon I've captured, and you're going to, fight my battles for me. That's modern day slavery.
So much different than like dog breeding?
It was actually the same things, yeah.
Because there are like different like classifications or groups of dogs, like working dogs, terriers. They have jobs. Like these dogs have jobs. So it's kind of like having a Pokemon, really. But instead, you don't keep them in a ball against their will. But it's kind of like having pets. So yeah, I get it. I think it technically is it. Oh yeah, it depends on how you describe slavery, because would you consider having a pet as a slave? You know what I mean? Technically, yes.
You're not you're not beating the animals into submission, but at the same time, you're still uprooting them from where they grew up, where they live.
Away from their
taking away from their family, and just basically, hey, you're going to do what I want you to do now, because I'm going to be seeing the things that are fit for you to, basically do.
Yeah. I never thought about Pokemon like that, but it makes sense. As long as you're if you're treating them right, if you're, making sure they're eating, you're loving them, you're caring for them, they got shelter, they got a place to be. Now, if you're just a jerk that literally only uses them for their power, which they went through in Pokemon many times, they've countered people like that. I didn't watch the show a lot, but I know that there are episodes, just like the Charmander episode, the dude was abusing Charmander. And when Charmander wasn't strong enough to fight his battles. He just got rid of them like he was nothing. So, it just depends on how they're treating them.
Depends on the trainer.
Yeah. Because I mean, technically, that means they would be categorized as slaves. They're doing the work for you.
Yeah, they're out there battling for you. They're out there doing so. They're basically, you're raising them. Yes, you're raising them. You're giving them food. You're taking care of them. But they're, at the end of the day, they're a means to the end. They're a means to an end.
Yeah, and there's one difference I just thought about. Dogs are adopted the majority of the time. Pokemon are captured.
Yeah, they're captured.
So I mean, yeah, that's some Pokemon wanted to be captured, some didn't. That's the messed up part.
Well, the thing is, you got to fight them before you capture them. You can't just like, hey, come on with me. You got to beat them up a little bit, weaken them a little bit, and just be like, hey, come on, man.
Yeah, that is really messed up, man. That is crazy.
You got to beat them into submission before you take them home with you.
Yeah, that's terrible.
If that, think about that existed today. Think about if that's how you were gonna go get a wife. I gotta beat you into submission before I marry you. So come on.
Yeah, that would be crazy. It's like getting a wife is the total opposite. You have to court them, pay money for dates. Mm-hmm. You gotta, you gotta
be a commodity.
Yeah, you have to make yourself into somebody, make yourself desirable. There's a lot of things that go into that.
Yeah.
So, for Pokemon, yeah, you just literally beating them into submission.
That's what I'm saying. You just beat them into submission.
What the hell is in a Pokeball? What is in there?
Put them in a ball. Just like, yeah, you're in there. Ugh.
You ever think, could they catch a human with a Pokeball?
I think you could try in the video game. You could try, and they're like, no. It like comes across the screen like, oh, Pokeballs are for Pokemon.
Oh my God! Could you imagine if Ash got mad at Misty one day? Like, shut up.
Ash.
Oh my
God. Ash Ketchum was the best roaster in that show. When you go back, he would always.
It was so slight too.
He would always be roasting Misty.
He used to flame her ass for no reason.
Goodness.
She was mean sometimes though.
She wouldn't shut up. Man.
Brock in real life would be in jail.
He'd be one of the biggest predators of all. Him. Yeah.
It was bad. It was terrible. He didn't give a damn about nothing, bro. Every girl, like, oh my God, Officer Jenny, what was the nurse name?
Nurse Joy.
I know they hated this dude.
Oh my God. I've always wondered how every Nurse Joy in every town looked the same.
Just like the officer. That shit was wild. They just didn't feel like, what happened was they didn't feel like redrawing a different character for every hospital they had to go to. So it's easier. That's what really happened.
That's laziness.
Ain't no way, bro. Yeah. But yeah, that is interesting.
I was just thinking about it. I know it's just a random thing, but I know I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. But another thing I never, you battle with Pokemon, but you ever think about what if you run into a Pokemon in a wild and you don't have a Pokemon? It's over.
Shit, you gotta look, bro. You gotta look, buddy.
It's over, especially if they're aggressive. Like, it's kind of like running into a mountain lion or running into a bear, but worse because they can shoot fire at you and shit like that.
Have you played any Pokemon games recently?
Oh yeah, I definitely play Pokemon games. I just don't watch the show.
I meant so in the newer ones, when you're out in the wild, they do chase you. The wild Pokemon.
Yeah, I played that one. That game was fun as hell. I finished the game in like a week. I haven't played it in a while. I think I played it initially back in March or April. For like 2-3 weeks straight, I would be playing that game every day. It was fun, but like eventually Pokemon is so repetitive, you get tired of it.
Yeah, it's just you battling, you catching Pokemon, you get to the top, and then there's like nothing after that.
Yeah, I used to get open like in the Pokemon. Like I run into one of them, I just run.
Yep.
You just gotta run. Oh, if your Pokemon was too weak to fight them, yeah, I'm taking off. Yeah, I'm out of here.
True.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's still going, man.
I'm not. So I kind of like broken it down to this. There are certain anime that fit into that category that will always be basically produced. Like, so you have the Pokemons, the Yu-Gi-Ohs, the Beyblades, anime like that, like the battle type anime. There will always be produced because there's always a different generation of kids that'll probably be into that stuff.
Shit, even the grown people still play that. Like when we were kids, when it first came out, it's people that still play it today.
Still play it, yeah. And you do have a point.
But I always like Digimon because the you kind of grew with the characters, you grew with the show.
Yeah,
Pokemon Ash has been the same age for over 20, over 20 years now, like going on 25. No,
so
going on. So 96, right?
The game came out in like 95, 96. As for the show, I was like 97, 98, something like that.
That's crazy. But shout out to Pokemon, man. I don't got a problem with it. I play the game sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah. Shout out to Pokemon, bro. Like you were saying, yeah, it's fun to play the games, but it only for a limited amount of time.
It gets very repetitive.
Yeah, and that was just a random thought I had in my mind. Like, Pokemon is basically modern day slavery to a point. Yeah. To a point, like certain aspects of it. Yeah,
depends on the trainer. Just like with a dog, pit bulls are very friendly, nice dogs. Depends on the owner.
Mm-hmm.
Any dog, most dogs aren't aggressive except Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas are hell. I hate Chihuahuas, man. I got a bull mastiff. He's one and some change. He's about 110 pounds. Man. He's trained really well. I trained him really well. Went to the dog park and this Chihuahua was picking with him, and he just ignoring it, and looking at me like, "Dad, you gonna do something?" And I was just like, I basically said, "Go get him." He barked one time at the Chihuahua. That Chihuahua shut the hell up the rest of the time. Mm-hmm. I can't stand them dogs, man. They're good warning dogs. It's like having an alarm. But other than that, I don't like Chihuahuas.
Yeah, they seem like they just yip and yip and yip, and they don't realize how small they are.
Yeah. Napoleon, what's it called? Napoleon
Complex. Napoleon Complex.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting oxymoron because they say Napoleon really wasn't short, but
yeah, I heard they said he was like 5'7".
That's not too bad.
Yeah, 5'7", 5'8".
It's average, actually, technically.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, so ain't nothing wrong with that. Bro, you watch any games today?
Yeah, I watched I watched the Packers and the Vikings.
Blowout.
Yeah. That boy Justin Jefferson, man, he nice. Pretty nice.
I wish I could have got him in the fantasy league. Oh my goodness!
I wanted to play fantasy this year, but we were supposed to, but everyone then left, so it would have just been two people.
Like a couple people at work got together and did it like last minute, like literally like last week. It was random. I went in the office and they're like, "Yeah, you play fantasy?" So I said, "I don't have a team this year. Like, we about to start one with the office." They got people together, so we got 10 people to do it.
That's a good number.
It's interesting. I watched our teams play today. The Bears. I'm a Bears fan. For those who don't know, Ferg is a 49ers fan. Dude, you guys should win that game. I watched the whole game. I'm like, there's no way.
I just saw like the back and forth. The score, or like, I didn't really get it. So the package deal that I have for basically watching any type of TV, I don't get to watch. I didn't get to watch that game. Yeah.
You guys should have blown this out of the water. But I don't know what happened. Like, we just scored 2 random touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw one of those was like a. I think one of the highlights, it was like a wide open.
Yeah, but 2 young quarterbacks going at it, man. It was good to watch. Lance, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt since it was raining really bad. It was basically the field was flooded.
Mm.
So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Fields, our offense is just not good. It's just not good, but a couple interesting games, man. The kickers were bad today. Kickers were missing field goals back to back to back to back. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another game that was. So I know the Chargers play the Raiders, and I just saw some good things from Devontae Adams, man. He probably is the best receiver in the league, to be real with you. I think he's the best receiver, but it's debatable. He's definitely top 3. I don't think it's debatable. It's just like his moves, the way he just the routes he runs, it's just the way he gets down the field.
I bet Aaron Rodgers missed him.
Boy, he missed him today. That's for sure.
Missed him he had today. Nobody to throw the ball to. He literally, no, I could have went out there. That's how I feel. Oh my goodness! But yeah, for those of you who like sports, we talk about sports too. I know you guys really like the Marvel and the anime stuff and whatever the crazy stories, but we do talk about sports. So we are very versatile. But yeah, there were a couple of games. It was some good games today. The Bengals and the Steelers were a good game. The Falcons and the Saints were a good game. So those of you who watch sports and who love the NFL, let us know who your favorite team is in the comment section. Claim your team now before later in the season when people start bandwagoning.
Yeah, let us know who you think is going to do good. Basically, I don't know, record predictions, playoff predictions, all of that stuff.
Yeah, maybe next year we could do like a fantasy league with our listeners.
I mean, that'd be interesting. I don't know how that would work, but that'd be interesting.
Yeah, we just get some first 10 people in the comment section, and then those be the people who we get in the league. But yeah, we'll figure something out for next year. Do something fun with the guys, with the people, because we got female listeners too. But I do have something so somebody corrected us when we were talking about how old some of the MCU characters were when they were casted in the MCU. We were way off.
Oh.
Chris Evans was 28.
Oh, well.
Chris Hemsworth was 26. Scarlett Johansson was 27. And then it gets older from there. Robert Downey was 42. Mark Ruffalo was 44. Jeremy Renner was 39. But like we were way off. I thought Chris Evans I thought they were all in the 30s, but yeah, he's only 41 right now.
Who, Chris Evans?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson are still in their 30s. So yeah, we were kind of off, but they'll make a difference. Somebody corrected us. I just want to give them a shout out. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I was just like, oh.
Yeah. Speaking of the MCU, D23 was this past week or weekend?
Yeah, basically Thursday through Saturday. All the Disney stuff.
Is that what it is? Is it Disney 23 or is it D23?
It's D23.
D23.
It's the D stands for Disney. The 23 is Disney was founded in 1923.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
But so I know a lot of things as far as like Disney's producing these days. They have Marvel Studios. They have productions with Pixar, the whole Star Wars universe, Nat Geo, just a lot of different.
Fox. They own Fox.
Yeah, 20th Century Fox. Just a lot of different parts to Disney now. They're slowly, like DJ Khaled, they're just taking over. But
they're slowly becoming a monopoly,
bro. They mark my words. Disney's gonna be on the moon in like soon, not too long from now. But so a lot of announcements from D23, a lot of announcements for Star Wars, Marvel, and just Disney cartoons, along as well as Pixar that are coming out. Here to come out, upcoming. So
anything in particular catch your attention?
So aside from the Marvel things, I actually looked upon a list of things of different movies and shows that are to come out, but the movies more more so that are interesting to me that are to come out. So one Halloween movie that I like in particular that came out a long time ago that they're going to make a sequel to, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, that's coming out like what, next month, right?
I think it is it. It's going to be on Disney Plus September. Yeah, so this month. Yeah, September 30th.
Yeah. 1 day before October, yeah. That's smart.
So I'll just go off a couple. Disenchanted's coming out. I guess that's the sequel to Enchanted.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion. Disney has done a lot of things with Haunted Mansion throughout the years. What's Peter Pan and Wendy? That should be interesting. That's coming next year. Disney's
going to be like a live action or like a cartoon?
It's going to be a live action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Disney's done a lot of things with Peter Pan. So I've always liked Peter Pan's story. One thing that really stuck out to me is Mufasa the Lion King, which is going to be a prequel to The Lion King. And that's a live action.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
And then they're making
I always wonder what his childhood was like,
right?
Or like, before the actual Lion King story happened.
Well,
like what was up with him and Scar and all that,
Well, they kind of allude to like some type of like story that had happened between Mufasa and Scar prior to during the Lion King. It kind of like there was like some type of like storyline before that, obviously. And it'd be interesting to see how Mufasa came into reigning over the Pride Lands. But
yeah, I've always been interested in that.
That's going to do really good.
Side note, my sister watched The Lion King for the first time.
The live action
last week. No, well, I don't think she's ever actually seen it. Well, maybe she watched it in school. I think she watched the live action last week. But my sister, like, she's late on a lot of things. She's going back and watching a lot of old stuff.
Yeah. Lion King, man, that's just to watch it now. I don't even know. I don't know what to say to that.
I mean, I'm sure they show it in school. I watched Lion King in school so many times that you can recite the whole movie.
I know all the songs, like all the songs by heart. I know everything about that movie.
A great story.
True. I know about the pre-production for that movie, the pre-planning for that movie, how the whole history of before the movie was released. Like it's a real interesting story. It's real interesting. We won't go into detail of that. It's just crazy. There's like a whole lot of trials and tribulations before that movie got released. But we could talk about it one day. Trust me, it's a real interesting story.
I'm pretty sure it was all worth it.
And then Snow White, they're going to do a live action of that one. But one movie that's coming out live action that I know there's probably a lot of other podcasts are going to talk about and kind of say some things on is The Little Mermaid and the casting of the main character, Ariel, Chloe Bailey, who in the original Little Mermaid, Ariel is obviously white, but they're casting Chloe Bailey, who's black. And I know it's going to ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything negative about it yet. As long as she does a good job, I don't think it'll be a huge topic since so many people actually love her as a person. I don't see it being a real issue unless you already didn't like black people anyway. Like if that's already the case, that'd be an issue. But some of these roles or some of these characters weren't necessarily specific to any type of race. It's just back then most characters were a certain race, and they never thought about making main characters a minority. It just wasn't a thing. Yeah, but nothing ever says the character had to be this race.
True, and here's another thing: they're fictional characters. Like who really cares, man? It could be purple, brown, green. Who cares? They're fictional characters. They don't exist.
Yeah, the best actor gets the job. That's how it should be.
Right. And she can sing. She can sing in real life. So
really well.
Yeah.
And dance really well.
I think I pronounced her name wrong. Hale Bailey?
Haley. Is it Haley?
It's Hale.
Yeah, Haley. He spelled it different.
Haley Bailey.
Yeah, Chloe's her sister.
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much backlash on it. I think when they first announced it,
that's what I'm more referring to is when they first said something about it. There was like a whole bunch of people like, "Why are you doing this? It should be this way." But what's the big deal?
The best actor gets the job.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Those characters, like I said earlier, those characters weren't made race specific. It's like, okay, if you cast a Black Panther as a white character, okay, that's different, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Or cast Shang-Chi as a black dude, that's different, bro. Those characters are race specific characters, so it's different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Steve Rogers is race specific. So it's just some characters are just like that, but a lot of some characters aren't race specific. They just happen to be a race.
That's true. Yeah. It's just like on a lot of things when you think about how long it took Disney to cast an actual Black Disney princess. Like Tiana in Princess and the Frog was like the first bona fide Black Disney princess. How long it took.
Yeah, not even just Black. Like it's other people. Like we're getting Hispanic leads, Asian leads, Black leads, and we're still getting some good white leads. It like I don't look too deep into it. I look at it like this, especially for Disney, especially for those kind of shows and movies. You got to think of the children. You got to give everyone someone to look up to. Mm-hmm. It's nice to see like have my daughter have. Although like I have no problem with her. Looking up to white characters and stuff, but it's nice to sometimes to see characters that is similar to you.
True.
Give them someone to look up to. Sometimes it's just easier. But it's that. Yeah, I try not to look too deep into it, but at the same time, I'm glad Disney is doing that now.
Kind of like expanding, broadening how they're casting people, and that's honestly. That's been a whole issue in Hollywood, obviously, for the longest time. But now they're kind of picking up with the way that society is kind of like changing. They're kind of like picking up on what's going on with that. So now they're being more accommodating to kind of put more people in different race roles and characters whenever it comes to them casting.
And from Disney point of view, they're doing it to be, maybe. To do the right thing, but also, it makes money. Disney's going to do what makes them money.
Oh, yeah. True.
At the end of the day.
True. But, so, I know that Disney announced those, cartoon movies, those movies that are basically have some sequels, different things like that, but what about the Marvel? I know you made a short video on it the other night, but what about the Marvel that's coming out? Since I didn't know exactly what's coming. I saw like the Thunderbolts. That's something. Iron Wars, Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion is coming out in the spring of next year. I already said in the previous video.
Okay,
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Okay.
I love those kind of movies. Those kind of shows, movies like the espionage, spy type stuff. It gives me like Jason Bourne, Captain America, Winter Soldier type vibes. I love that. So definitely looking forward to that. And it's been a while since we've seen Samuel Jackson lead something in the MCU.
Yeah,
actually, this may be the first time
he's never
led something. So
no, they've just been putting him. Honestly, to me, like a side character. I know he's a big part in the Avengers, but to me, I just feel like he's had like kind of like a side role because he really doesn't have any powers.
He's the best spy that ever lived.
Really? Mm-hmm. But so I know they announced some of those other Quantum Mania. They announced that Fantastic Four.
Ant-Man. The Fantastic Four, they really only talked about they announced the director. They didn't say anything else. Which, some people in our comment section, you know who you are. they brought up a really good point. Maybe Marvel's taking their time, MCU's taking their time, Kevin Feige's taking their time to making sure they get Fantastic Four right. I have zero problems with that. I know in the video I did say I was a little disappointed. Still, I'm a little disappointed, but I have zero issues with them taking their time and doing it right.
Yeah, like if they take their time and they make it good and they have like the right cast and basically make a really good movie, you can't be mad with that.
Not at all. And that you have to get it right. That you have to get the Fantastic Four right.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't get the Fantastic Four right, it's not going to look good for the MCU.
Yeah, let's see that much. Marvel's first family. Honestly, those are the two things I want to get right: X-Men and Fantastic Four. Everything else, I don't know too much about. As long as they get those two things right, I think I'll be cool.
Yeah, I think they got it. I think they will. I think they're taking their time with it. And don't forget, Kevin Feige was a part of that team that put together the first X-Men movie. So he has a real love for these characters, man. The Marvels with Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau is going to be another movie coming out. I think that's after Wakanda Forever. I think that's the next movie that's coming out, and I don't think that's to the summer of next year. So, no, Ant-Man. I don't know when Ant-Man's coming out. It's going to be those two. I don't know, because I think they're supposed to have something come out in February and something come out in July or something.
I feel like Ant-Man is somewhere near the springtime.
Yeah. So, but the Marvels I'm interested in. Thunderbolts, I think is going to be a really good movie. Like I said, previous episode, they're basically going to be like the MCU Suicide Squad
anti-hero,
but with characters you're already familiar with in the movies. The Suicide Squad, the first one, these were most of these, if not all, characters' first time on the big screen. And the next movie, they brought back Harley Quinn and I forgot the guy's name.
Harley Quinn and the Colonel Rick Flag.
Yeah, they brought back them, but all characters, every other character's new.
Was different. Yeah,
this is going to be the first time. Like this, the MCU did it where you already seen these characters on the big screen, and you're going to. I'm looking forward to how they're going to interact. So it's something you can look forward to because you already know the characters, you're already familiar with the characters, so they don't have to give much backstory. If you notice, in the Suicide Squad movies, at the beginning, they always got to give the characters backstory.
Like a backstory. Well, yeah, I mean, when they brought back Harley Quinn, it was because she did such an amazing job in the first movie.
Yeah,
so that's why they had to bring her back and and then they had to give her kind of like her own movie too. Yeah, she kind of got like her own spinoff. But that's DC. I mean, we don't even know what direction they're going in. But yeah, I've always, ever since the first Iron Man, I've always been highly anticipating every next thing that Marvel comes out with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They do it right, man. They take their time. They do have misses, but even looking back at some of the things you would consider misses, they weren't that bad. I mean, I think what Marvel ran into in phase 2 was trying to connect everything too much.
In a short period of time.
Exactly. The second Thor movie was basically just a connector movie. They spent the whole movie trying to connect it to something else. So that's why I appreciate, and I keep saying this, people get angry at phase 4. Phase 4 has produced some great movies and great shows. No Way Home, Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, Shang-Chi. A lot of people don't like the Eternals. I think the Eternals will make sense later. And a lot of great shows. WandaVision, Loki, Hawkeye, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's in Moon Knight. A bunch of different shows. But I like that these stories are grounded. They're not really... The way they're connecting the stories now is better than how they did it in phase 2. So I just appreciate they're slowing down the pace for a lot of this stuff and just giving us a break. We can't forget, Endgame was 3 years ago.
Yeah. So do you think that people aren't really liking, or some people aren't liking the direction it's going because they don't know who the next big villain's going to be?
That's part of it. I think most of the people complaining don't read the comics anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people complaining don't understand what's coming in phase 5 and phase 6. Like,
I kind of like take back I think I kind of answered my own question. I know that Kang's going to be the next quote unquote big villain, but I don't know. They just kind of like they put him in Loki, obviously, but and then I guess he's gonna come back in Quantum Mania for Ant-Man, but
it's different. It's a bunch of different versions.
Yeah,
like it's not just one. That's the thing. Like the one in Loki wasn't actually a bad guy.
No,
I'm not sure if the one in Ant-Man is going to be necessarily a bad guy.
Yeah, he was just explaining how the multiverse works in a way.
Yeah, I think there's going to be another big bad. Honestly, I think Doctor Doom is going to be one of the bigger villains.
Well, if they do Fantastic Four the way that it should be done, then possibly. Yeah.
I personally don't want to see him in the first Fantastic Four because then they give us nothing to look forward to. I think they should, because they do that every time they remake the Fantastic Four, right?
They go ahead and
always Doctor Doom. Like, give us somebody different. Give us somebody weaker. Give us somebody more grounded that isn't really a part of the bigger MCU where we're not looking for other heroes to come help the Fantastic Four. If they're fighting Doctor Doom, you're going to be looking for other characters because it's going to be bigger. I don't want to see him be their first villain. I want to see something different. Give somebody different. When they do Doctor Doom, it has to be something big. I don't what's going to happen in the first movie. They're just going to beat him.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that.
And then that's it. Well,
yeah,
here's the thing with that though. Like with the villains in the MCU, I feel like a lot of them are just one off. It's never someone who's like consistently there. I mean, yeah, there's Thanos, but they had to build up to get to fight the Thanos. Every other villain. I don't know if you
count Loki. Was Loki like an anti-hero?
He was more like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
I don't really consider him a villain because he was just in and out. Oh, he died again. But he really wasn't dead until he finally did get his neck broken. Yeah.
I mean, he did kill people.
Yeah, he killed people.
Because he was a villain.
And the thing is this, it didn't hit me until I was like towards the end of Love and Thunder watching Thor, but I was like, there's something missing from this movie. Loki. Oh, Loki isn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Villains. Yeah, obviously Thanos, Killmonger was a good villain. Yeah. They could have did Ultron better. He wasn't bad. He just could have been better. Baron Zemo was an underrated villain. He basically beat the Avengers without fighting them. If Baron Zemo didn't break up the Avengers, they possibly could have won in Infinity War. Because he broke the team up. Remember, in Civil War, he was the mastermind that broke the team up.
Yeah.
If Cap and Iron Man stuck together, they would have been together to fight Thanos. Because you seen when Iron Man fought Thanos one-on-one, he was holding his own for a while, even with some of the stones. Doctor Strange was holding his own. Captain America was holding his own. And Thor could have defeated him.
Yeah.
And the Hulk wouldn't have been scared because he would have had his team, right? So if Baron Zemo pretty much allowed Thanos to do what he did. So that's a very underrated villain in the MCU. I'm surprised he's not in the Thunderbolts.
Is he in the Thunderbolts? I saw like a poster of him in the Thunderbolts, but
he might be in the movie, but they didn't announce him on the team. Yeah, they didn't announce him on the team.
You know what's funny?
So unless it's going to be a surprise.
You know what's funny? I think about this from time to time. You know, like in Civil War, when they go to the tundra and basically it's basically where they had the last fight scene where they're in that big ass building, and the bodies are in like the cryogenic chamber or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, with all the Winter Soldiers.
Yeah. You see old boy in there, Henry Cavill or whatever his name.
He was in there?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. He's in the movie. That's what I was thinking.
I gotta go back and watch.
You gotta go back and watch. He's in there. I promise you. I promise. You see
believe it.
Him in there. It's super.
I believe it.
I'm like, wait a minute, is that Superman?
Holy shit!
They need to bust him out so he can help.
And they're trying to cast him in MCU now.
They are.
That's hilarious, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They do that. They just, the dude that's playing Blade,
Marshala Ali.
Yeah, he was in the Luke Cage, but Luke Cage might be in a different multiverse. So it's possible. The guy just looks just like Blade. I never knew that. And I got to go back and watch. I might just fast forward and rewatch that.
You could probably find the clip somewhere on YouTube, but yeah, he's in there. He's like in a cryo chamber, butt ass naked, just chilling.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't have a problem watching Civil War over again. Honestly, like I told people in the last video, Captain America has, to me personally, has the best superhero trilogy of all time.
It's pretty fire.
The Winter Soldier and Civil War alone, bro, are two of the best superhero movies ever.
I didn't because when I think about the other trilogy, when Thor and Iron Man trilogy, I'm thinking about like Iron Man and Iron Man 3. I really didn't like it that much. I'm like, bro, he didn't spend that much time in the suit.
Yeah.
And when you think of Thor in the Dark World, I was like, what is this, man?
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. I mean, Ragnarok, don't get me wrong, Ragnarok was pretty good.
Ragnarok was fire.
Ragnarok
one of the best amazing comic book movies ever. But that cannot make your trilogy good because the first two movies, like the first Thor was okay. The Dark World, like I said, they're doing too much, trying to connect it to everything. And Ragnarok was fire though.
Every movie has to be good in the trilogy for the trilogy to be solid.
Yeah, and the first Avenger was solid. The Winter Soldier was fire. Probably the best solo movie in the MCU. I mean, if you want to count it as solo, I mean, Black Widow and Falcon was there, but they don't have powers, so solo. And then Civil War, which is fire, bro. Like Civil War is basically like an Avengers movie. The only other trilogy, Marvel trilogy that is close is the Homecoming trilogy. Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home is fire. And then I gotta give my boy Batman. For those of you who don't know, Batman is probably between Batman and Black Panther, my favorite comic book characters.
When I think of like good superhero movies, it has to come down to more like the fight scenes. If there's good action in the fight scenes, if they're really like dueling it out, battling each other, basically 1-on-6 matches or either 1-on-1 matches. If there's a lot of action going on there, that's how I determine how good the movie was when it comes to those fight scenes. Because you can't just have like a lot of the scenes where they're just, I don't know, using all their powers. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like a cheat code. It's not really how strong are you just because how strong your powers are. It has to come down to your fighting skills and your fighting ability.
Yeah. Captain America Civil War and Captain America Winter Soldier has some of the best fight scenes ever.
Hell yeah.
So, this definitely up there. I don't know if you have a favorite superhero trilogy, but those are my three: Captain America, Dark Knight, and Homecoming. Those are my three favorite superhero trilogies of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to think about it. I mean, it's between the two. It's between the two Spider-Mans, and then the Dark Knight trilogy is pretty good. But I don't know if I do really like the Thor trilogy, even with Dark World. I just like Ragnarok. Really like Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok is dope. Like it's legit. But yeah, man, they're gonna be like, you guys are all over the place.
Then come on the show with us and help us figure it out, man.
Yeah, it's kind of a random episode. We want to get a full episode out for you guys. But I mean, I guess another big thing from the D23 from Marvel that I'm sure people want to hear your opinion about is Wakanda Forever. I guess they put another trailer out. I'm sure it'll be out publicly in a few weeks, but basically, which is more dialogue. And some people are saying that Shuri is confirmed as the Black Panther. What are your thoughts on that?
I kind of had a feeling it was going to go that way because
I
really didn't have an idea of who was going to be the next one to take the mantle. And now that Shuri is, I guess, being confirmed as the Black Panther, To me, that makes the most sense. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah. T'Challa was her brother. You know, I don't. Like I said, I just don't see anyone else making any sense being in that role.
Yeah. I'm sure she's going to get the proper training or whatever or something in the movie. I'm excited to see how they did it. And some people are saying they expect this to be better than the first Black Panther. So we'll see. They're going to basically show you more of Wakanda rather than just focusing on Black Panther. So that's going to be interesting. A lot of people, like our Black Panther, our T'Challa video, people are still commenting on it, still leaving their thoughts on it. It's split both ways, 50-50. Some people wanted to see T'Challa recast it. Some people didn't. We at the end of the day, it's not going to happen at this point. So you guys might as well just give it up. I mean, I'm not saying that to be, it just is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. They're moving forward with it, whether you like it or not. We just got to hope for the best movie. And I trust Ryan Coogler to put out the best product possible. And I think the movie's going to be good. I think Shuri's going to do her thing. Yeah. And even in the comics, Shuri's badass in the comics, bro. Like, people don't know that. She's cutthroat in the comics. Like,
she's super smart.
No joke.
Yeah. Super smart. She's a good fighter. Amazing. I mean, and then even Letitia Wright, who they have casted as T'Challa's sister, is Shuri. Yeah, like, she's an amazing actress as well. So I can really see her as a strong lead for being the Black Panther, taking up the mantle. Yeah. And it's just going to be interesting how Wakanda Forever is going to fit into this next phase in the MCU. So I'm excited for everything.
Yeah, it's the last movie in Phase 4. It's the last thing in Phase 4. Wakanda Forever is ending Phase 4. So it's going to take us into Phase 5. And I think on a strong note. And I think Chadwick wouldn't want it any other way. I think he, would like to see, Letitia Wright take over the mantle. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, everyone can have their own opinions, guys. I just try to look at things optimistically, positive. And some people just look at everything negative. Yeah, I don't know how people live their life like that, but yeah, I'm just trying to be optimistic about the project. Like, Black Panther is a character close to my heart, as you can see. I got plenty of posters of him around this whole room. I love Black Panther in general. T'Challa, Shuri, whoever else holds the mantle. I just enjoy the character. I really read the comic books. I'm really serious about this character in the mantle of it. So, a lot of people that complain about it really don't know what they're talking about. So, we just got to wait and see. Wait and see what happens. I'm optimistic about it. Ryan Coogler has not missed yet. Every movie he's put out has been great. Everything he's worked on has been great. Yeah, I haven't seen anything bad from him personally.
You've seen all of them?
For the movies I've seen.
Okay. I'm just I'm trying to think of all the. I know they're probably go off on a tangent if we talk about all his movies he's produced.
What is it? Creed,
Fruitvale Station, Black Panther.
Those are his big ones.
Yeah.
But I personally, let me look up real quick. Like I said, from the ones I've seen, personally, have all been good. You're the movie person, so you would know.
Those are the only ones that really come to mind, like the Black Panther, Creed.
That's pretty much it. Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, and Wakanda Forever are the only movies he's been a director and writer for. He's produced Judas and the Black Messiah.
That was
Space
a good
Jam:
movie.
New Legacy he produced. Creed.
What was the other one?
Space Jam: A New Legacy. He was a producer. He wasn't director or writer for it. Creed 3. He's going to be a producer for that. He's an executive producer. He was an executive producer for Creed 2 and an executive producer for Homeroom. It was pretty funny. Short films. Never heard of those. He's also the lead for Ironheart. He is the executive producer for Ironheart, and an upcoming Wakanda series. So he hasn't had that much, but pretty much everything he's touched has been solid. I know people feel a way about Space Jam: A New Legacy, but he was a producer on it. He didn't write or direct it. But honestly, Space Jam: A New Legacy, if you look at it from a kid's perspective, was a good movie.
It was a great movie. Everybody's like, "Oh, LeBron can't act." Man, who really cares, man?
Michael Jordan was a terrible actor.
He really didn't bring much. Yeah, he was acting. They act as themselves. Like, what do you expect?
And they're talking
telling
things
them
that
to
aren't
act
there.
as themselves. How do you do that? How do I act like me? Just be myself.
And think about it. They're talking to characters that aren't there.
They don't exist.
They're cartoons.
Mocap. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Green screen.
But even Michael Jordan was with a green screen. He was talking to literal cartoon characters.
Yeah.
But we don't want to tangent on that. But yeah, I have faith in Wakanda Forever. As I said, I trust Ryan. He, like I said, from the list I just named, wasn't nothing bad on there. So
no, that's a good movie.
He's a very talented guy, and he's young too. He's really young. So
solid movies. I like his movies because it always brings some type of like culture from black, basically black ways of living. There's always some type of like deeper themes in there whenever I'm watching his movies. So I'm like, yeah, this is actually really anything he's produced as far as like just the list that you gave. I actually enjoyed.
That was everything.
Yeah,
that was everything for him. So yeah, he's a talented guy. He has a vision, and I trust him to produce the best product he possibly could. We just gotta have faith, guys. I understand why the people want T'Challa recasted because he's such a great character. We didn't get much of him, but at the same time, it's not happening, guys. So just drop it. It's not happening.
Yeah,
we didn't see any. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, it just doesn't. To me, it just wouldn't feel right to feel if you just recasted, T'Challa. It just wouldn't feel right. Like,
yeah. Like like I said, I understand why. Like, I'm not saying I don't get it, but at this point, it's just not happening. Yeah. There's nothing you can do to change it. There's nothing no one can do to change it. No signing. It's kind of
like
petition.
Just being insensitive. Like, oh yeah, we know he died, but oh well, let's move on and just keep producing the movies and just for the fans' sake, let's just put a different person. Let's just replace him, a different person, and make him T'Challa. Like, no, why don't we just close the door and just, cherish what we had from Chadwick Boseman and then give Letitia Wright the opportunity to be the next Black Panther and see where it takes us.
Yeah. It's just an unfortunate situation overall.
Yeah.
It's T'Challa is a great character in the comics. Excellent character, but I'm sure in the future, the MCU is eventually going to end, or it might do. Like, we might see the character again one day. And so I wouldn't, people keep pressing the issue. It's like, wouldn't that, like, what's the definition of insanity? Like, or like you're going to keep doing something, or something's not going to happen, but you're going to keep asking for it to happen. Like, it's not going to happen, guys.
It's the definition of insanity, or this isn't the literal definition of insanity, but some people explain insanity is you keep doing the same thing expecting a different result.
Yeah,
that's insanity.
Yeah, like no amount of petition signed is going to change the Wakanda Forever coming out on November 11th. Mm-hmm. Like, it's coming out whether we like it or not.
Disney would lose too much money if they were to do a reshoot. Too much
it's
money.
Over with. It's over with, bro.
Disney is all about money. Like, let's be real. They're not going to reshoot the film. They're not going to push back the release date. They're going to release it on the day that they have set, the way they can make the money.
Yeah. Like, and this is like, I'm telling you guys, I'm a diehard T'Challa fan. I'm telling you guys, like, it's one day I'm gonna show you guys on my posters, on my comic books. I'm a diehard T'Challa fan, but I accepted the fact that it's not happening. It's not going to happen. Wake up! This is real life. You guys don't control what Disney does. You guys don't tell Kevin Feige what to do. You guys aren't directing the movie. You guys didn't write the script. Nothing no amount of petitions, no anything is going to change it. It is what it is. Shuri's going to be Black Panther. You're going to go watch the movie.
Yep. That is the thing. Yeah, people are people are complaining about it, but you already know they're gonna be in that theater with their popcorn and their glizzies and their
These are
soda.
facts. Wakanda Forever is going to make over $1 billion. These are all facts.
It's probably going to
no matter what you say.
Yep. It's
no
probably
matter
going to
what
be
you
the
comment,
#1 superhero movie of the year, most likely.
Yeah, probably. No matter what you comment under this video, no matter what you think of us, no matter what you think of anybody else, no matter what you say, it's not going to change it.
Yep.
T'Challa's not going to be in the MCU. Not this version of him. Maybe a multiverse version of him. It's over, guys. Sorry. Rest in peace to Chadwick. Unfortunate situation.
Yep.
But it is what it is. We're going to have to move on. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Still love you guys, but I'm just stating facts. Sometimes I read through the comment section, and it's just like I said, I don't judge people for their opinions. I respect everyone's opinions. Whether we agree with it or disagree with it, it's just it is what it is. And we're all going to go see the movie, and whether you like it or not. So I don't want to come off like I'm complaining or anything. I just
give it a chance, everybody. Just give it a chance. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
Yep.
But overall, I mean, do you got any more thoughts on D23?
No, I mean, I'm just excited for what's going to come out. I'm gonna give the certain cartoons that are coming out, shows I know they're gonna be coming out, anything that Marvel, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna go into it with an open mind and just kind of like just enjoy it as much as I can.
Yeah, same. Before we end the show, I do want to give a shout out to one of our subscribers who's been very active in the dialogue. KPW. I don't know if that's what you want us to call you, but shout out to you. He's offered some great advice for us. Been very supportive of us, and we just wanted to show him our appreciation. Just give him a shout out. Shout out to KPW, and let us know in the comment section if that's what you want us to call you. I don't know if you want us to call you by your real name or whatnot, but shout out to you, man. Thank you for everything you've been doing over the last couple of weeks, supporting us, subscribing to us. Like I said, liking the videos, sharing the videos, commenting under the videos, keeping the dialogue going, and being positive, man. Thank you. We appreciate you for that.
Here's to you, KPW.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, I don't got much else, man. Just Sunday night. I know you got to get up. I know it's late there.
Yeah, got to get up and do that drive tomorrow. But I didn't have much of anything else. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover. It's been an interesting week. Now we're gonna have to redo it again this week with more fun happening this weekend. So
yeah. We'll come back. Yeah, with more topics and more things to talk about. We definitely just wanted Ferg to get his episode in because, like I said, it felt weird recording without you, man.
I mean, I'm here to drop in. I mean, I know you got more about the Marvel stuff than I do, so I'll usually let you do your thing.
Yeah, you got to bring the crazy stories back, man.
Yeah, I was reading through ones that I found. I was like, yeah, some of them are funny. But some of them are kind of like, I don't know. It just feels weird. I like good ones that once we talk about it, that we could maybe even come back to and kind of get more people involved in what they think. I don't just like ones that are just, okay, this is the story. Now we have to move on.
Yeah. The people also like the Would You Rathers too. They're going back and watching the old ones, man. Like the first videos we posted on YouTube. Like I'll go back and watch it. Like, hey, how are people watching this right now? But yeah, so they're going out and checking those ones out. So we'll definitely have some more coming out for you guys, man. We're gonna think of some stuff. And if you think of some stuff you wanted to talk about, just put it in the comment section. We will talk about this. I'm serious. It's not like we got 1 million subscribers where we don't see the comments. We see all you guys in the comment section. And we try to interact with every single last one of you. So,
yeah, even if it's something random or something that, is completely crazy, we may try to like tailor it up and put it in the show to at least let you guys know that we do listen to your suggestions.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't got nothing else, man. I'm get ready to get up out of here.
Cool. Yeah, I am good. So just y'all have a really good week. Stay positive, stay strong, work hard, and have fun.
Yeah. Peace.
See ya.